In today's video, I'm going to be obtaining Gilgamesh inside of Earth Piece. If you find anything useful in the video or you just enjoy it, please make sure to like, subscribe. So starting out, since I made my last video, I've been doing a bunch of grinding in this game. So as you can see, I'm now Prestige 15, which gives 150% more damage. And I also unlocked the player race inside of the game. So I'm sorry that I didn't make content on this, but it was kind of a quick grind and it wasn't enough for a video. So I started off by doing this. So to actually obtain Gilgamesh, we need to speak to this NPC right here. And as you can see, we need 100k gems, 10 Babylon fragments, Babylon key, 100k reputations, and the King of Heroes title. So the main thing that you actually need for this is gold. To actually get the Babylon keys, you need to go to the Bleach Island over here and speak to this NPC over here. And as you can see, they trade 5,000 gold, 5,000 gems, my bad, 250 gold and 10 boss tickets for one Babylon key. And when you actually obtain one of these, which I don't have enough to, you can spawn Gilgamesh. And then to actually open the chest, you need 5 more keys. So each time you spawn Gilgamesh, you need 6 keys, which is a lot of gold. So the way that I'm actually going to go about getting gold is just fishing, so you can actually AFK fish, and I have been doing that recently, which is how I got a bunch of rerolls over here. Obviously I've used most of them, so we don't have that many, but I'm basically going to spend a couple hours AFK fishing to get 10,000 gold, which is the max, and then we'll move on to actually getting the keys, and then hopefully we get lucky with the Gilgamesh. So yeah, that's pretty much the grind that we're going to do right now. So for fishing, I have the Rod of Light. I've also max upgraded my bait, I believe, or my fish hook with this NPC over here, and then also on that island there I have the best bait. And then another thing to add on to that, we have this title right here, which is Ruler of the Ocean, that gives 2 times fishing luck and 2 times fish drop gain. And then also there's a trait called the Fisherman, the Fisherman trait right here, which will also give us buffs, and I believe we'll see that now. It basically gives us an extra slot, I believe, that we can get rewards from this, so we'll get even lucky with gold. Now you can also upgrade this with a lucky wisp, but I don't have these at the moment. I only have the normal ones, as you can see, and I'm trying to get a luck wisp, but you know, if you want to get the best fish build, do that. So I'm gonna be back in around about an hour and a half or something like that until we have max gold, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so about an hour in and we have 10,000 gold, so we can stop fishing now. So like I said before, to actually get the Babylon keys, we just have to go over to here and speak to, I'm assuming, Gilgamesh. So let's go. Okay, so with 10,000 gold, around about 40 Babylon keys, which isn't a lot, so I'm assuming we're gonna have to go back and forth with the fishing and then keys and then back to this, because you actually need 6 per Gilgamesh boss, and I think the drop chance is like 2% for all the items. So like I said, to actually unlock Gilgamesh, we need these Babylon fragments. The rest of this is pretty easy. I think the title is just for killing him 25 times. So let's see what rarity these fragments are. So they're around about 2%, and then you can also get Babylon keys from it, so you can get 1 back. And then I'm assuming a relic, an accessory, and then maybe the sword, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, let's go. So my build's pretty good, so I should just be able to do this pretty easily. Okay, there we go, and he's dead. I am also going to try and get his soul for 𝐭𝐚𝐬, but we didn't get lucky that time, so let me open this. So we didn't actually end up getting any of the fragments the first time. Okay, let's go again. And there we go. And we didn't get anything. Okay, so we're down to 4 keys. So if we don't actually get the fragment from him, which I believe can drop from him personally, then we're going to be out of luck. But I do think we don't need to actually open the chest, which if that's true, then we can just kill him 40 times and actually get the drop. But we still have no luck in actually obtaining him. Okay, there we go. We got Gilgamesh. Okay, so apparently he's really good for the shadow team, but unfortunately we didn't actually get the Babylon spirits, I don't think. No, so we don't have any of those yet. Let me pop Visored, so maybe we can one-shot him with M1s. Nice, okay. So we didn't end up getting it, unfortunately, so I'm going to go back and fish for longer. I might also try to get into mining this episode, just because that should give us pretty good gold. I'm not sure if you can AFK it, but yeah, we might as well try that and see what happens. So to actually get into mining in this game, it's pretty easy. You just need to do a quest, which is to kill the NPCs on this island, and then you'll get a pickaxe. And then once you actually have a pickaxe, you can go over to this guy, and you can buy the mining gloves. So if I speak to him, as you can see, we have the iron gloves, golden gloves, and enchant gloves. So I might actually go for this one. I do think I have everything apart from the wood, and I'm not sure how to actually get wood in this game. So we're 20 off, so I'm guessing that's from bosses. I'm just gonna open some chests just to make sure. Okay, so I just checked, and this is actually dropped from bandits on Starter Island, so let me quickly go over there and kill them. Okay, so we should be able to buy these and then equip them. So I'm not sure how many we're going to get from this, just because I don't actually have the title. Apparently you need to mine like a bunch of times for the mining title, but I don't have it. But this does give pretty decent amounts. I don't think it's as much as max fishing, but maybe if we had the title it might be better. But we do also have something called a mining, I believe they're called like mining something. Oh, drilling artifacts, here they are. So I think we can place these and then they will automatically get materials for us. Or maybe they buff the materials that we get. Oh, so yeah, they give us materials. So it's not that much, but we could place a bunch of these if we can place multiple and then also fish at the same time, and then maybe we'll get this much more faster. So I think I'm going to skip out on getting the chests and just get the Gilgamesh and then the Gilgamesh kills, but we have a bunch of these anyway, so we can just place a bunch of them. And then that should give us a bunch of passive gold. Okay, that should be about enough. So let me go back to fishing. I'm going to fish for another hour or so until we get max gold. Okay, so I have about 40 more keys after about an hour of fishing. So we'll see what we can get from this. Now I did go on the Discord and ask if I should be opening the chests. And I think for now I'm not going to. They do drop a 0.25% item from them. But I think I'm going to get the rest of the items for this and then get that one because it's just the F move for Gilgamesh. So here we go. Also, it's just much better doing 40 Gilgameshes rather than having to keep going. Okay, there we go. Okay, so he's dead. Go. Now, I wonder if you can stack this, because with other bosses you actually can stack them if you kill them and then spawn it quick enough. So we'll try and do that now. Okay, let me spawn one of them and then they should kill it, or I can kill it myself. Okay, yeah, you can stack them, but that is incredibly laggy. Oh my god, the lag. I literally can't move. I don't know how many Gilgameshes are there, but I just need to go down. Oh my god. Okay, we got his armor. We got his armor. Okay, wow. That was very laggy. Okay, let's check what we got. Did we get any of the Babylon? No, okay. So that was like 18 of them. Holy. Okay, but we did get his armor, which does give 32,500 special. The one that I have right now is the armor. Do I have on right now? Oh, I have the hybrid one, but I am going to switch over to 𝐭𝐚𝐸's armor for my sword. Okay, so let's spawn 10 more of these. So basically, you just spawn one of them. I'm just going to use like my C move, for example, which has big range. Then we go up, and then hopefully we can spawn a bunch of them. And then as you can see, there we go. Now I do believe we just got 2 Babylon fragments, which is pretty nice. Okay, there we go, and we're out. So how many fragments do we have now? Okay, we have 4, so we need 6 more. Yeah, that does work a lot better than spawning them one by one. Okay, so I'm just going to go back and get more, and I'll see what happens after that. Okay, there you go. As you just saw, we got the last Babylon fragment, so we should now have pretty much everything to unlock it, apart from the 100k reputation, and I believe I should have gotten the title by now, because I've been doing this for quite a while, but titles are bugged at the moment. Okay, so I just rejoined the game, and hopefully we do have this. I'm not sure what the title was called. I think it was the True King, so we might not have gotten it, which is very sad. Oh, actually, it might have been King of Heroes. Let me quickly check. Yeah, King of Heroes. Okay, so the last thing that we need for this is the 100k reputation, and as you can see, I already have 80k. So the way that I'm going to do that is through the missions rather than, you know, killing random people, just because it's not going to take long. I think it'll take like maybe 20 minutes or so to do the mission. But yeah, so if you enjoyed the video so far, please make sure to like, subscribe. But yeah, let's get into these missions. Okay, and there we go. We didn't get teleported back, which is kind of funny, but let's go right back. So we have 100k reputation now. So we should be able to unlock Gilgamesh. So let me try and get it. Now I am hoping that it doesn't take my reputation. Oh my god. Okay, so it did take my reputation. I mean, the aura looks sick, but that's 100k reputation right there, God. Well, it's okay, it's okay. So yeah, let me... Okay, so now that we have Gilgamesh, there's one final thing that we need to get, and that is the 0.25% item that drops from his chest. I believe this is called the Sword of Rupture. If I have a quick look on the cello right here, and then drop from Gilgamesh, you can see we have the Sword of Rupture, which is a 0.25%. Luckily, I have 2 times drop, so it's only a 0.5. It's not that bad. I have 100 keys at the moment, so it's around about. It's a couple of runs with the chests included. I think the main thing is definitely the chests, costing 5, which I don't think they should, but you know, it's like 5% for an already like 0.25%. It's a bit odd, but it is what it is. Okay, so the first chest, no drop, but I will take these free loot. Oh, and no. Okay, that didn't take very long, I guess, for 0.5%. We already have it. So here's the Sword of Rupture, or I think that's what it's called. I haven't watched or read Fate, but we're gonna use this item on Gilgamesh. And then there we go, we have the full Gilgamesh. So I'm gonna go over to the Verse Town, and then we can showcase the actual moves. Okay, so all damage that I showcase on the screen and what I mentioned is the raw damage. If you want more information on that, just check the trailer. I'm taking the damage directly from there. So starting out, we have the M1, which does 290 base damage. So there's 2 attacks. One does 190 and one does 100, as you can see with the swords. Moving on to the Z move. It's basically the big ranged move that he uses. I think you might have to hold it, and it has a really long cooldown, like half-minute cooldown. So I'm assuming you hold this. Okay, so here's the Z move. So now you don't hold that, but what I think that does is if you have multiple enemies, it will last longer, because it does say it lasts 22 seconds, but I'm not quite sure about that. Next we have the X move, and this stuns enemies in range for 5 seconds. So you can see like the chains, I'm guessing they're attached to swords or whatever, that will stun them for 5 seconds. And this also does 1000 raw damage. Then we have the C skill, which is pretty similar to the Z skill, but it's more ranged out, so there's more AoE. The raw damage on that's unconfirmed, but it is 40 hits. And then we have the V skill, which is like a beam. And you can charge this, I believe. And that is a big AoE. I can't fully show it because we don't have that much FOV, but it's basically a big beam. And that'll do 50 hits of 40 damage, or 50 times 40, and that does 2000 damage raw, and that does have a 1-minute cooldown. So the cooldowns of Gilgamesh are quite long, I'm not gonna lie, especially for skills that last like 2 seconds apparently, but that might just be because I'm testing it on this NPC. And then finally we have the F skill, which is, I believe, a cutscene, and this does 2360 damage raw. And the damage goes with sword, so luckily for me I have a bunch of sword damage, so I will do a bunch with this. And it has a 38-second startup, and it lasts 15 seconds. So I'm assuming this is the Enema Elish. Okay, so I am assuming that bugged out because we had absolutely no effects or anything, and I am frozen, so let me reset. So I'm going to use that on an actual boss rather than the player dummy. So here it is. Okay, and luckily it didn't bug that time, so as you can see it was Enema Elish, and like I said, that does 2360 damage raw. Obviously depending on what stats you have, what buffs you have, it'll do more, but that's just base damage. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Gilgamesh obtainment. Now there was a couple other things as well. So there's Gilgamesh's armor, which if I turn on armor here, where is it? There it is. So you'd have Gilgamesh's armor, which looks pretty nice, and then also a relic that drops from him. So I actually got lucky with this and actually got it. So the golden earrings, and these give 20% of all damage, so I'm assuming 20% global damage, and also reduces cooldowns by 20%. Obviously I'm not going to equip it because I have the best one, which is the 𝐭𝐚𝐠𝐬 ring. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for Gilgamesh. I don't believe he drops anything or you can get anything else from him. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you found anything useful in this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Also make sure to let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I do want to drop a video for 𝐭𝐚𝐠𝐬, 1000 Year Blood War, so if you want to see that, make sure to let me know. But yeah, thanks so much for watching.